The Rabbit Hole says, speaking of taxing the rich, unpopular fact, the bottom 1% are a bigger problem than the top 1%.
I mean, in terms of amount of people and scale, yes, I agree with this. And,
Not scale, not scale. I wouldn't say scale.
uh,
Number of people, sure.
well, number of people does equate to scale to a degree. And here's the
Not
thing.
when you consider the scale of how much problems the billionaires cause.
I think, I'm getting to a point, though. I think we are a bigger problem. And I think that's a good argument that we should be a bigger problem. We are, in fact, a bigger problem. And if we internalize that a little better, we'd realize that we have more of a fucking say in our politics.
Because there's more of us.
And when there's more of you, you get more of a say.
Okay. But I think he means... So in responses, he was coming at it very much from they're a drain on society type of thing. Which I would argue, no, billionaires are the ones doing that more.
That one I can agree with.
So from that perspective, it's like, no, they're the bigger problem. They're the ones getting corporate welfare. Like, there is no such thing as a welfare. And so many people were just like, I know so many people that are just, like, they're applying for disability, but they're just lazy. It's like, first off, I doubt that you actually know anyone in that situation. Secondly, even if that is the case, I would rather give a few lazy people disability without checking up on it at the trade-off of just giving people who are disabled money without them having to jump through a bunch of hoops for it.
Yep, I don't want to use a bunch of random lazy people as the argument that a 10-year-old girl who's growing up with a crippling disability gets to live her life knowing that after she's no longer getting supported by her parents, she can effectively fucking die because she doesn't have money coming into her. Like, no, I don't give a shit.
I would like that person to just be taken care of.
Correct. I don't...
And the billionaires not allowing that is a bigger societal problem than just doing that.
Yeah, I don't have to care. You haven't given me a good enough reason to care about the plight of the poor billionaires.
And also, the top 1% are the ones who are responsible for lobbying the government to not raise minimum wages, thus resulting in the bottom 1% being much lower than it should be. So, the top 1% is causing the bottom 1% to be the bigger problem, which means the top 1% is the bigger problem.
Once again, I think we should be a bigger problem.
Tokyo says, Dear Atheist, what if, after you die, you find out that God is real all along? You lose.
Why is this a competition? Why do you talk about this like a selfish bitch?
I just see this as an admission of defeat. If at the end of the day, you're looking around and being like, I don't really have any good arguments for God, so like, you know what? You'll know that I'm right after you're dead. Like, that's just the ultimate cop-out. Of like, I either don't want to put in the effort to learn the arguments, or I don't see that we have any good arguments, so I'm just going to say that you'll find out when you're dead.
Pascal's wager is a lazy argument for the existence of God. And this is a lazier argument.
So Pascal's wager was published posthumously, probably because Pascal, in the writing where the wager was first laid out, wrote about how this really isn't that good of an argument. So it's crazy to me that one of the most popular arguments for God is also one that the guy who originally came up with it was like, yeah, this is kind of dumb, though.
This thing don't work so good. Use it anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's not what he said, because he apparently didn't think it was worth publishing.
Yeah, fair.
There's somebody rifling through his stuff when he was dead. They were like, oh, this is neat. I will ignore the part where he said that this is not a good argument, and I will publish it. I mean, he didn't say this is not a good argument in those words. He was writing in the fucking 1400s or whatever, before the non-run-on sentence had been invented. Fucking hate reading stuff from, like, before 1900. It's like everything is just a run-on sentence full of commas everywhere. And it's like, I get it. You're kind of writing that how you would just be speaking, but, like... There have been times in my videos where I have actually, like, when I'm quoting something, I don't like to do sentence fragments. I like to finish the sentence at least. Even if the end or beginning of the sentence isn't really relevant, I will finish the sentence because it just feels wrong to take a part of a sentence. But I have been quoting stuff from the 1800s where it's like, this sentence keeps going for another 75 words, and we're past the relevant part. We're already long past the relevant part, so I'm just going to end it here.
So... Where do I have it? Where do I have the video essay that I did on the U.S. medical system? Where is it? Ah, here we go. So, do you know what one of the main books on medicine that was brought over to the United States from England was called?
What was it called?
So it was called The English Physician, but that is the abridged name. Would you like me to tell you the entire name of it?
Yes.
The English Physician enlarged with 369 medicines made of English herbs that were not in any impression until this, being an astrophysiological discourse of the vulgar herbs of this nation, containing a complete method of physique, whereby a man may preserve his body in health or cure himself being sick for 3 pence charge, with such things only as grow in England, they being the most fit for English bodies. Herein is also shewed these 7 things. Visual 1, the way of making plaisters, ointments, oils, poultices, syrups, decoctions, juleps, or waters of all sorts, and physical herbs. The way of mixing medicines according to cause and mixture of the disease and
Just
part
keep
of the
going.
body afflicted.
It just keeps going. Are you done yet?
By Neek Culpepper.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
I had, when I found that while I was doing the research for the medical essay, I literally copy pasted the entire thing because I know I copy pasted it because it looks like it's in a different font than everything else here, so I know I copy pasted it into the essay, just threw it in there and went, yep, nope, this right here, I need to say this entire thing.
You're preemptively one-upping me because I was going to bring up Origin of Species, which its full title is On the Origin of Species by Means of Natural Selection or the Preservation of Favored Races in the Struggle for Life, which is a bit of a run-on sentence.
Nope.
But that's I finished so much quicker than you. I swear this never happens. It's just because you're so pretty.
God damn it.
John says that's like the sentence equivalent of whatever the fuck that word is. Okay, pneumonultramicroscopic. No. I could probably work that out if I wasn't live on stream.
Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagittarius, you know I'm not saying that last part, Sylvie Snow, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.